Hi, I'm Chef Rich and welcome back to Shop Eat Thrive. Yes, I'm back again, and if you've looked at my previous videos and you're here again looking at this one, thank you, I appreciate it. And if this is your first time, stumbling across my channel, I am Chef Rich. I'm a Caribbean woman living in the Caribbean, and I just get on YouTube and I just share my life as such. We talk about doing so. So welcome to my channel if you're new, and go ahead and like and subscribe. You might as well, because it's gonna be fun over here. We're gonna go together, right? So today's video has a lot more to do with mindset and mindset. Yes, I don't know about you, but I look at a lot of mindset videos. I mean, from Abraham Hicks to all the law of attraction videos to Kiyosaki to like mind moves, to everybody, because I am about improving this here, and so I do all the self-help things. I read all the books and stuff, but it's not always easy to implement it and to adapt it as your new lifestyle, your new way of life. It can be quite challenging, especially living in countries like smaller countries that don't have access to a lot of this stuff. And also, as an entrepreneur for the last lots of years, I have had to really fortify my mind, and really work on my mindset, because this shit could make or break you. Like, being an entrepreneur is not easy, and especially in my culture where it's not really a thing yet, and a lot of people still look at it as, oh my God, you're crazy, how do you mean you ain't got a job? What you mean you're not working, And so, I've had to deal with, a lot of judgment, a lot. You can feel it coming off of people in, like it's just coming off of them. You're lazy, you don't want to work, like people just not taking the time to understand you. And so I've had to really, me and my husband have had to really work on building ourselves up and keeping that strength, because there are days when you just want to crumble. I mean, even from family, it can be quite difficult, A lot of the times you have to really just focus on the goal at hand, and really, you almost have to give up that image of yourself that you had before, like what society defined you as, because you're breaking all the rules now and you're stepping out of that role. I mean, while I was working, I had a job that people considered to be good. I did a lot more modeling, I did a lot more stuff, and I was just like, pleasing to them aesthetically. You get up every day and you go to the office and you have on your cute suit and your heels. And when I became an entrepreneur, I'm more in the arts and stuff, so I'm more, casual, and they're not seeing me how they're accustomed to. And so for a lot of them, it was hard. They would say things to me.
You give up your job for this?
So in a lot of ways, it's like you have to make up in your mind that you're going to break some hearts. You're going to disappoint some people, and you have to become okay with that. You really, really have to become okay with disappointing people and being a disappointment to some people, because if you don't, then ultimately you're going to be a disappointment to yourself, because you're not going to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. And it can be difficult. It takes some adjustment time. It really messes, it really almost swore, like it really messes with your mental, If you're not strong, if you do not fortify your spirit and your mental, it can really break you down. Because I mean, you go from persons who are in your corner and who loved you and were supportive, who basically shun you, or who just can't connect with you anymore, who say very insensitive things, and it can be really difficult. So in a lot of ways, it's as if you betrayed them in their thinking, because here you are stepping out on this new frontier that they can't be they can't follow you on. They can't come, they don't understand, they're not in that headspace, they're not in that frame of mind, they're not on that frequency. So to a lot of people, when you stop doing a lot of things that you used to, maybe you don't go out as much because you have to, conserve your money more, you're just busy because you're thinking about your business. They can't really connect, and it's to them, they feel like they've lost you, and so you can have a lot of resentment. You lose friendships. I lost some friendships. Our friendships just sizzled out because we could no longer connect on the same things, so it was painful. It can be very painful, this road. But so how I've been dealing with this for years is that I've been fortunate to discover a lot of stuff right here on YouTube, because YouTube is a new university. Like, you find everything on YouTube. Thank God for YouTube. Like, I was really able to find a lot of mentors and listen to a lot of YouTubers, a lot of persons who specialize in this mindset stuff. I was really, it just really helped so much, because I could not explain to the people around me, for the most part, what I was going through, and they would not understand. And as I said, the judgment was real, like you felt it. And so yes, through these videos and online resources and stuff, I was able to really build myself up and to really help myself, especially on the days when things were really, really hard. I like to tune into these things last at night, first thing at mornings, because I find these 2 periods are vital to set the tone to your day, or to help you recover from your day. And it's just been very, very helpful. And that's one of the reasons why I want to come back on YouTube, and I want to give back, and I want to share my experiences, and perhaps one day be a benefit, a plus to somebody else. To be able to encourage somebody else and to really give back in the way that I received. I've been using the platform for so long. And so that's why I, for one, appreciate social media. Like, people, they chop off their lips and they say all sorts of negative things about social media and YouTube and stuff. But I think it has made the world a better place regardless. Of course, it's going to have its pluses, its minuses, its ups, its downs, its negatives, its positives. But ultimately, I mean, look, where would I have been able to find these mentors to listen to this sort of stuff, to build myself up without the money to go to these things? And, on social media, on the internet, I was able to access these things. Where would I have had these influences? So I'm glad. I'm glad for YouTube. I'm glad for all these platforms and stuff. So, I want to give back. I want to share as well, pay it forward. You never know who you influence. Another thing I was able to, I had to build in myself. I feel like sometimes I had to rebuild my self-esteem from the ground up. I mean, I was on average. I liked myself a lot. I was going out there, I was doing my shows, I was doing my art, I was just living, I was good. And when I really got into this entrepreneurship and shed all that stuff, I had to redefine myself. I had to find myself again, right? I had to find my self-esteem again. And I personally think it took me a few years to really even recognize that my self-esteem had been affected. I felt different. I wasn't doing as much. I wasn't going as many places. But I didn't have much money, because here I was trying to be an entrepreneur. I have no experience, no idea really what I'm doing, just knowing that I'm compelled to do it. And so I started feeling alienated from a lot of people, from a lot of places. I felt out of place. I didn't feel like I fit in anymore. Socially, it was more difficult for me. And it took me a while to realize, okay, well, this has really affected my self-esteem and the way that I show up in the world. So that's something that I had to really work on. If my sound is a bit different, I apologize. My phone is going dead. I have an iPhone. I don't have one of those adapter thingies, so I had to plug out my headphone and plug that in. I do have a whole other complicated setup, but I'm just not in the mood today. I just want to vibe and just share my feelings and stuff and talk. And sometimes the whole setup can be quite difficult and intimidating. So yeah, I apologize if the sound has changed and gotten a little different. Bear with me, please. Yeah, so I was saying, I realized in myself that I started feeling alienated. I didn't feel like myself. Things became difficult to do, especially socially. And then I was like, damn. And I had to do some shadow work. If you know what shadow work is, well, there you go. So that simply means that I had to really dig deeper and go into myself analyze myself, spend time with myself and find out what the reason behind this was. And I realized that in society we don't talk about how should I put it, like money prejudice or discrimination financially, and sometimes when you don't have a lot of money to spend, you are left out of a lot of things, right? You are left out of a lot of experiences, and people just don't fuck with you a lot, and although I know I was on this journey so that I can build more than just some money, that I can build generational wealth, I had to experience in some ways what felt like poverty, right? And have never experienced it on this level. I mean, I didn't grow up rich by any means. I grew up, that's another video. And so I felt poor on my journey to becoming hopefully rich. I felt so poor and I felt so unappreciated and unwanted in a lot of ways. So I had to really make a decision. This is what, 2022, like in 2021, and it took me a while, and I slowly started putting measures in place to start to build myself back up, to build back my self-esteem, and to really just strengthen who I am, and to reinforce the ideals that I have, and to remind myself of why I'm on the journey in the first place. So yeah, like people and their attitudes and their judgment can really, really fuck with you if you're not strong. I think also a big part of that was the fact that I did have a baby, and still I felt as if I had been on this entrepreneurship journey for so long. Maybe I'm impatient. I felt that I should have been farther along than I was, and then having a baby on top of that, I had to deal with a lot of guilt and anxiety of feeling okay, I can't provide a lot of the things that I thought I would have been able to at this point. I mean, I was overdoing it, because really and truly she's a baby. She's still a baby. She's 3, and I still have some time, but at the time I remember just feeling so anxious and feeling so much like a failure, and wondering if this was really the right move, if I really wanted to do, if I was doing it right. So anyway, I realized I was stressed, and also that was why that little bit of tummy fat, that baby pooch, was not budging no matter what I did. So I made a decision maybe the last quarter of 2021 that I was going to change, and it was going to happen this time. I was going to be successful this time, and instead of focusing on where I was at financially or on my journey to becoming a billionaire, I started to focus on myself and focus on the good things that I did have in my life, focus on the things that would make me happy, and really reducing stress. Reducing stress became my main focus. And so I started just changing my outlook, changing my mindset yet again, reinventing myself yet again, and to be comfortable showing up in the world as Siobhan, as Chef Rich, as me alone. This is me. Nobody else could ever be me, and damn proud of it. So yeah, how we look at ourselves is really important, and mindset is like absolutely important. It's vital to your success. And I had to realize that I wasn't gonna feel better about myself when I was successful. I had to feel better about myself now to be successful, and I mean, I'm still on my journey. I've not gotten to where I want to get to at all, but I feel much better in just what I would call a few months. I have improved so much, and I have even improved in my finances, a little bit in my business, and I know it has a lot to do with me being comfortable, with me going on this journey of really improving my mindset, reducing my stress, and loving self. And once I focused on that, everything is just so yeah, once I focused on that, when the focus changed from the outward things and changed to look inward, and I started focusing on making sure that my happiness was or is important, is the main focus, I started seeing changes in my life. I mean, financially, business wise, socially, you know. And it goes to show that wherever your mind is, that's where your reality is, you know. And you can't wait for your reality to change. In order to change your mindset, it has to be the other way around. And I am doing so much better. I am still growing. I have ways to go, but I'm hopeful. I am so very hopeful, and I feel so much more at ease. I mean, stress ain't sweet. Stress just not sweet. And when you really look at what you're stressing about a lot of the times, ain't even really important to you. So yeah, change your mindset and change your world. It's no joke, right? And I am doing a lot better. I've started an exercise routine. I found a really good exercise routine. Shout out to Grow with Flow. And you know, it wasn't hard. I didn't try to bite off more than I could chew. I went easy on myself. I was gentle with myself, and I've lost so much of that baby fat, the baby pooch. I'm doing better. I'm more confident. You know, I'm feeling sexier. I'm feeling just so good. And yeah, mindset is very, very important. So yeah, that's it for me for today. That's what I wanted to share for today on mindset. And I really hope that you were able to get something from this video. And you know, if you like my videos, if you like me, if you resonate with me, if you like my Instagram shades and you want to see more of me, remember to subscribe so I can show up in your feed and you can hear more from this Caribbean girl, okay? And my baby is here and she is about to totally trash my setup and disrupt my video. So bye bye until the next time. I'm Chef Rich. Like, subscribe.